So first I want to discuss the difference between independence and disjointedness. Now disjointed, which quite literally means not jointed, is the same thing as mutually exclusive. Mutually means together, and of course exclusive means they're not together. So when considered together, they're not together. Here's an example of a Venn diagram for disjoint events. Event A and event B have nothing in common. Those are disjoint events. Now, independence is a bit more complicated, and it gets a little bit confusing sometimes because we're not careful with our words. So independence means knowing A tells me nothing about B. And actually, when I look at a Venn diagram for independent events, they cross at an amount that you would suspect. So for example, if I have independent events, and let's say the probability of A is 0.3 and the probability of B is 0.2, and they're independent, then the probability of A and B is 0.3 times 0.2, which is 0.06. Now here's the way this would look. This 0.06 is this area right here, this blue part, is this blue part. That's 0.06. That part right there in the middle, this is 0.06. Now if the left circle represents A, so 30% is A, that means this part must be 24%, so that together the entire left circle is the green plus the blue. And if this is 20%, then this would be, give me a different color here. If this is 20%, then this would be 0.14, so that the right circle, or circle B, adds up to 20%. And you can see then that contained within the rings is 0.44, so out here must be 0.56. And you could add all those things up together to see that they in fact equal 100%. Now, disjoint is a little bit different. So let me give you another example. So let's say that the probability of A is 20%, the probability of B is 30%, and the probability of A and B is 5%. So if I made a Venn diagram, the left circle is A, the right circle is B, the AND is going to be 0.05, which means this part is going to be 0.15, and this stuff on the right is going to be 0.25. And so my questions are A and B independent, and are A and B disjoint? So let's address the independence first. So independent, question mark. If so, then the probability of A is the same as the probability of A given B. So the probability of A, we know from the givens, is 20%. Now the probability of A given B. So focus for a second just on B. That's this region. And so that's 30%. How much of that 30% is also A? Just that part right there, 5%. And so the question is, are these two numbers here equivalent? And of course you could grab your calculator and do that other part if you wanted to, but this is going to be not the same, therefore not independent. Okay, well how about this? Are they disjoint? Well, if they're disjoint, then the probability of A and B is 0. Is it? No, it's 5%, so they are not disjoint.